So you decided that your hobby could maybe go on to the next stage, i.e. maybe selling it. Whether you're doing a craft item, sewing, it doesn't matter. But you've decided, maybe I'm going to experiment a little bit. Maybe I'll do some fairs. Maybe I'll do an online store, or maybe I'll even have a website. And you know nothing. Like me, nothing. But you got the guts to try. So today let's talk about that. Try and take your hobby to the next level and see if you can do it. I mean, you may have been toying around with your hobby. You may have been doing it for a long time or a short time. Hi, I'm Denise and welcome to Travels in My Chair. Today I'm going to talk to you about trying to start an online business when you're absolutely clueless, but you have a good idea. That's me. I want to make my hobby a small business. And by saying that, I don't want to, I know it's not going to make me rich. I know that, but I can only make so many trees, you know? And it all started when my friend last year, just before Christmas, came over with a big jar of sea glass that she'd been collecting for years on her beach. And in the days when there was lots of sea glass, it's now sort of being picked over in many places and you don't find it so much anymore. But anyway, there's this huge jar, and with that came a great big foam cone. And she presented it to me and I went, thanks, I think. What the heck am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with this? This is like a whole other So I am sitting there with a big tub of glass and a tree, not feeling very good. As you know, I've been having my cancer health off and on problems that have just made me feel like crap, to be honest. And this was one of those. And I guess the thing is I needed something to keep me occupied when I wasn't feeling good. And so I started watching YouTube videos on how to make sea glass Christmas trees, and I watched all different kinds and all different methods, and I thought, okay, well, I can just do this on my own. So I got a glue gun, I started. And friends and family came over, and my first tree was all white because that's what I had, and they were just astounded at how beautiful it was. I gotta be honest, I was too. I'm not a craft person. I'm a creative person, or I used to be in another life, but I'm not a craft person, never have been. There I am sitting there going, wow, I'd like to do this. This is gonna keep me occupied in the winter months when I'm not getting out and I'm just not feeling very good. I just don't want to sit and read all day or watch YouTube all day. The kids all chipped in and bought me a rock and glass tumbler for my birthday. And then they started digging around and finding some pretty old bottles. Like you know how in your crawl space, your shed, your garage, you might have jars and bottles going back God knows how long for whatever reason. Old canning jars that would have been your mother's, or ancient old bottles that you don't know why you kept because you don't, you know. Anyway, so they started coming out of the woodwork, and Alan dutifully would break them up into pieces and put them in the tumbler, and he'd come in with and my son Keith would say, Mom, your eyes light up like it's Christmas when he comes in with a bunch of broken up and smooth glass, which takes anywhere from 2 days onward to be smooth and get all the sharp edges off it in that tumbler, right? I went, I know, this is so exciting. I've got all this glass. Well, guess what? All that glass in one tumbler on a big tree does about 2 rows. So I soon realized that I was either going to have to get another tumbler, I was going to have to get the grandkids out searching for more sea glass, or I was just going to have to be patient. So I wasn't going to buy another tumbler because I thought, you know, that's just pressure. I don't want pressure. This is supposed to be to get me through the cancer hump, to get me to relax. And it did that. Doing those trees absolutely did exactly what I wanted it to do. Except, like my family said, I became obsessed. I'd finished one tree and I couldn't wait. I was so excited to start another one. Different size, a different tree. And finally, I had some girlfriends over and they said, those are beautiful, Denise. You should be selling them. And I went, I wouldn't even know how to price them. Wouldn't have a clue. Check out Etsy. Check out what they're selling. And I was amazed that a 12-inch, 13-inch tree was selling for $240 plus taxes and shipping. And I went, oh. And then I started realizing that, okay, I'm not paying for the glass, but it's taking me days to do a tree, hours, days, 2 weeks to do a tree, basically. Because my fingers I started getting numb on the end of my thumb from pressing the glass into the tree. And I realized that my little house, which is only 1,000 square feet, couldn't hold any more trees. I was beginning to look like the cat lady that used to live down the street, hoarding trees. My kid came over one day and he goes, Mom, it's like a forest in here. Okay, enough's enough. These are my sea glass Christmas trees. Different sizes. The tallest one is this one, 13.5 inches. That glass on the top. You can have the lights on them or take the lights off so that you can enjoy them year round, not just at Christmas. But if you live in a small space, you don't have room for a Christmas tree, what a wonderful gift this would be. People I know that have small businesses that are successful, creative people, started giving me advice. Number 1, open an Etsy shop. Number 2, get a website. Get a domain name for your web store. Get some pictures of your product. Write up what you want your product to be about and get it all together right. Sounds simple, doesn't it? My brain doesn't work like it did 30 years ago or even 20 years ago or even 10 years ago. I'm often tired, and if something doesn't come to me easily, I find I can't cope like I could before. Whereas I could have sat before and figured it out step by step. Now I just get so frustrated, and when I get really frustrated and uptight, my body shuts down and I end up going to sleep. Oh, come on. All I want to do is make the trees. Just somebody please just do it all for me and just let me make my trees. I don't want to learn new stuff. I already had to learn stuff to do a YouTube channel. And that was a story. Remember when I did the video about being monetized? Have I seen a penny from YouTube yet? No. Whose fault is it? Mine. They get you going through the steps. You finally get approved. And they ask you to fill out a thing for people to join your little group or pay you money to say thanks. They talk you all through all that. And I knew for myself that I only have a few loyal subscribers and followers. This was never going to be a money-making operation, and Denise doesn't need a money-making operation, to be honest. I got a pension, I'm not going anywhere. Don't need anything. What I need, money can't buy. Let's put it that way, right? First thing I tried to do is figure out how to get monetized from YouTube. And finally, I woke up in the middle of the night and went, you know what, Denise, you're doing one thing wrong. You're doing something wrong. Because I look at my bank account, it said, oh, your account is up and running. So I opened my bank account and there was a deposit of 11 cents. I went, what the hell joke is this? So I sent an email to YouTube, and what I got back was just another thing of what I'm doing wrong. Take a deep breath. And at this point, honest guys, I'm ready to chuck the whole thing, because I'm saying, I don't care. At 11 cents, there was a little thing that said, verify your bank account. Press here. They sent me 15 cents into my bank account. Verify that this amount. Verify 15 cents. Verified 15 cents. Bingo, I'm up and running. We'll see what happens at the end of the month, because they pay the end of every month. And they kind of owe me like $400, which is, like I say, my Ozempic videos paid some money. So we hope that's taken care of. The next thing, somebody said, well, you should use Amazon affiliates marketing. I'm like, I started reading and watching YouTube videos, and I gotta be honest, my brain just went, I can't do that right now. But I do use Amazon for a lot of things, and some of them I'd like to share with you. Next thing, Etsy. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, it wasn't so straightforward. Oh my gosh. You've got to post a little non-audio video, you've got to take some pictures, you've got to write about your product, and it's time consuming and using a part of my brain that I hadn't been using for quite a while. But I finally got the Etsy store up and running. And by the way, it's called Sea Glass Trees Creates. I know, creative, right? Anyway, so next step, you gotta get a website. I sign up to get a domain name, which is called seatrees.ca. Very proud of that. Paid the money, and they offer you a free template to get you started, right? So I start, and they have me down as a logging company, and I can't get them to change the pictures they're downloading. Everything is beautiful if I was a logging company, which I'm not. I finally went, you know what, Denise, you need help. You need to ask some help. So I thought, where's the logical places? I'll go on Facebook. Oh, guys, don't do that. Big mistake. If you have a community page, by all means, it's closed to members for your community, like we have the Sunshine Coast community. But I didn't know any of that. I just thought if I just stick a heartfelt request on Facebook, I would find someone locally that could come. I wanted them to sit down with me, spend a day, and build me a website so that I could manage it myself once I got over the hard work of figuring it out. Logical. Put my request on Facebook, and within 5 minutes I had probably 100 answers. I went, really? I didn't know there was that many people on the Sunshine Coast that did web design? There isn't. So I'll just give you a quick example. So I get a text, what do they call them, direct message or something. And this girl goes, hey girl, I'd be happy to work with you and build a website. I've got years of experience. Just check me out and let me know. Another guy goes, I'd be happy to help you with all your website needs. Just get back to me and we'll talk this through. So I say to the guy, the girl, I went, nah, she's way too out there for me. The guy goes, I go, where are you? Are you on the Sunshine Coast? He goes, no, I'm in Austin, Texas. I said, well, I need someone that lives close to me. He says, oh, I have a friend in Labrador. Oh my Jesus. Then my girlfriend's daughter got hold of me and said, are you nuts putting your information out there like that? You're opening yourself up to the world. You're going to get attacked by everybody. You're going to get scammed. Take that down right away. So I did. I thought, well, how am I going to find someone? So I went on the community page and I posted, and I got a lady got hold of me, and she lives locally. And we've been working together. A couple of times I was going to get hold of her and say, you know what, this isn't working for me, but we're trying. Meanwhile, the Sunshine Coast has an annual, or sometimes twice a year, art crawl of the whole coast of every kind of artist that you can imagine. And one of my friends suggested that's what you need to do. Your trees are not going to sell on Facebook Marketplace because they're too expensive. People have to see them to know that they're a piece of art, that they're more than just glass shoved into a tree. That you think about them, you're thinking about them almost as real trees with the colors of the glass and stuff. So you should be part of the art crawl. So I looked into the art crawl and I realized that whereas it would be a good idea, one of my friends said, you don't have the energy to do a 3-day art crawl and be up the whole time. And you don't have enough variety of products to have someone into your home. If they're not looking at trees, they're not probably going to come. I had another friend come out from Ontario, and she and her girlfriend went to visit another friend who has a local store, her husband does handcrafted furniture, and they carry a lot of handcrafted goods. And she said that she would allow me to be part of her store in the art crawl, and that just took so much pressure off me. So let me tell you about the joy that they bring me. If you're older, you have a sick, or you're ill, or you have a sick spouse, something that's keeping you at home. And in the past, you were used to having a pretty active lifestyle, and I've been in sales all my life. Type A personality. I was on the go all the time. I'm the organizer in my family and my group. That was then. This is now. Now I could sit on my recliner and I could stay there all day without a problem. In order to plan something, it's a major thing. Today, I have to tell you, I'm a little on the off kilter. I don't know why. I've had 2 naps already. I didn't sleep a wink last night. I will show you how to make a tree. I will show you how to make Christmas tree ornaments. I'll let you know. But meanwhile, if you have something that you want to share with the world, give it a try. If you want to make a YouTube channel talking about anything, okay, there's a YouTube channel I watch, just as an aside, okay, I think it takes place in Turkey, can't remember the name of it. Anyway, no talking, it's an hour, and all it is the woman cooking things and showing their animals, showing how they harvest different things on a big farm. It's no music, it's just relaxing. I watch it when I'm having a really, really uptight day. Oh, I'll have to say, until they butchered a bull. That kind of turned me off, and I didn't watch them for a while after that. But what I'm telling you, maybe you should start a YouTube channel. You know, us little gray hairs, we got something to say. Gone are the days where you're left hidden in the back room and only come out for parties. We're important people. We've got wisdom. We should share it. So think about it, okay, guys? You might want to start a YouTube channel. Meanwhile, my subscribers, the people that care about me, and I care about you too, thank you so very much for watching. Every 2 weeks, you mean the world to me. You really do. My little posse. See you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now.